YouTube, welcome to the top 16, the Meta Weekly. Every single week, Maxx is limited to 1. So many people believe the game has objectively become better, more fair. But why is there Maxx in his opening hand? Because you're still in 1 out of 10 duels going to see Maxx within that 5-card hand out of a 40-card deck. Now, this is a 45-card deck, so even more so, he should not have opened up this Maxx. What the heck, Slayton, is that? But watch as long as you can. That greatly supports the events. Are you ready? Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Yummy Mimi Goal. Is this worth it to play? Bell, I believe, is a card that no one expects. No one plays around it. It just randomly hits you. We're going to Magnum Hunt, banish away the Marshmallow as the field spell attempts to reborn it back. And does that end our turn? No, we still have a level 1. We can on-summon of the Mimigold Dragon, search our deck for the Mimigold Dungeon, and still have our play. What many people believe the best use of Ghost Bell against Yummy is in response to the Synchro responding to another card that's not Bell, trying to then reborn up to 2 bodies from Engrave. Otherwise, you don't really Bell. You can use Bell against the Yummy Surprise here because we have more than 1. We may even randomly want to use the Bell against a Sorrow Cat reborning from Engrave. Probably because at the moment, we are going to possibly... What are we doing right now? We are trying to make a Herald of Arc-Light. And the Herald of Arc-Light is going to... Now, it could be made with this field, but it's going to be too expensive. If we want a 2-card Herald of Arc-Light, we need this card to go through, which we can negate right here, right now. We don't. This card is nasty. Your opponent cannot target other cards in the field with card effects, including your own cards on your field. You have to target this instead. And in addition to that mini floodgate, we also have the Herald of Arc-Light, which will be able to negate anything. We could synchro into a bunch of forms of disruption. We do have the place that we could flip cards face down. We could also destroy a card with the cookie. Not sure if we're playing the other field spell. Now, the Mimigold Room can also be a form of disruption. It could even be a floodgate, because this states that if you control a face-down monster, you cannot normal summon as long as you have that face-down monster. So you'd summon it right away, soon, face down, and then the Malulu cannot even be normal summoned. That's exactly what he's doing. Now, I can't normal summon Malulu. I'm floodgated by the field spell. What the hell? I could set it though. We're gonna fuse on resolution. Now, what the heck is this? If your opponent activates anything, I could detach a material, take control of your face-down Malulu so you can't fuse with it. What the hell? Not cool. And mind you, Herald of Arc-Light only ensures that cards in the hand or deck are banished. Of Malulu on field being used for fusion would have negated the Herald of Arc-Light. This was the counter, the perfect counter. We got countered big time. The counter got countered. Damn. So it was bad enough that we couldn't normal the Malulu, but we still had to play around setting it. Insane. Key 2 grab. Bro, back to back, we have Maxx. Are you sure, it's limited to 1, right? It should only be like an 11% chance to have in your opening hand. Even less because you're a 45-card deck? Huh? Okay. Now, Maxx does not really matter against Dracotail. They could fusion summon once, and within that one fusion summon, if you're triggering at least 2 of the Dracotails, you're in a really good spot. It's when you're only able to trigger 1 Dracotail where the Maxx is a bit more detrimental to the deck. We have all 3 traps. We have a Femina. We're great. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 disruption through a Maxx, and they drew 1 card. Does that make sense? Hell no. How do we deal with 7? Special summon this in the opponent's side of the field. Mimigold Maker, reveal 2 Mimigolds. You randomly pick one. One gets summoned to the field, the other goes to our hand. Then we could summon a Mimigold from the hand. And Femina added, so we're now down to 6 disruption. Mimigold Archfiend. Veiler is going to negate. Now I believe this was flipping up the face down pink one. Not today, mate. Yep, target the face down monster, flip it up. 5 more disruption. Linkaribo, I believe still banned in the TCG. We're gonna Sting. Why are we making this a priority? if we know we're playing against Yummy, dealing with their normal summon or a Link 1 is a really good idea because they need it on field to special summon a Yummy. If they don't have Marshmallow, they're in big trouble, and that's why we make it a priority to Gulamel take out the Link Karibo. You can't wait. And the Cupsy does not activate, it just special summons. You have to be proactive. You have to very quickly get rid of it. We could have used Horn, and we do have Horn still ready if they were to follow up. Now, we have our one of Maxx. And interestingly, for Dracotail, they get to use Maxx, then add it back, use Maxx, then add it back. They can continually recycle that one of Maxx. Mimigol Room is going to be summoning from the deck in response to our Horn, returning the fairy back to the hand. Now, what is the fairy even doing? It's activating. You cannot activate the effects of monster special summon from your hand. We don't do that. And then also give control this to your opponent. Instead of giving control, just return it back to the hand. Maxx in response to the room, summoning onto the field our Mimigol Dragon. Sure. The room does something in the graveyard where you can only use one effect and only once that turn, so the other effect does not matter since it's not usable this turn. The Mimigol Maker is not in grave for its other form of disruption. Frixel, Reborn, the Lucius, return back the Frixel, searching our deck. Slayton's got nothing. Absolutely. I mean, he got wrecked by dealing with the Link Karibo. That was it. Finish him. Set up the Rahu, Kitu, pop you with the Pan. Reborn, the Pan on the field. Pan is huge. 10,000 damage. Couldn't even summon our Cupsy. That's how it be. That's how it be. Let's go. We have the Fool Lost, they have Ash Negate, and then fully uninterrupted turn 1. How do we deal with the Herald of Arclight being on the fields? If we Branded Fusion, the cards will be banished, the Frixel won't trigger, the Rahu, the card won't trigger. What you're supposed to do is whoa, we looked at our hand and say goodbye to the Branded Fusion. We're in big trouble now. Now he knows our entire freaking hand. And again, we're doubled, can't be targeted. Can't be targeted, but you can only target me. Is that what this says? Your opponent cannot target other cards with card effects except this one. And you actually can't target the card that says that the is the only card that you can target, so you can't target. Okay. As I said, you want Malulu on the fields. Bam. Now at least the elf can be targeted. Rahu, we're going to chain to the Rahu, Reborn from the grave. Dimensional Barrier Fusion Monster. I will chain? Okay, I'll negate. I'll chain Fade Mina if I had another monster in my hand, but I freaking don't? What the hell? We need another monster. That's it. Oh boy. Now, there's two parts to Dimensional Barrier. It's not just preventing the fusion. Even if you chain fuse to this, whatever you fuse into will be negated. But with Dracotail, we care more about the cards engraved triggering to give us good follow-up or disruption. Well done. Now, why is he on Dimensional Bear? Well, this is carrying his deck. He just tossed it in. His deck has synergy with Thrust. And if your deck has synergy with Thrust because you are giving them a monster and you're forcing them to activate that monster, and then you can keep a monster on the field after doing so you could use Thrust to add any card to your hand, well, if your deck synergizes with Thrust, then now your deck synergizes with any relevant or good spells, or normal traps. And that's why more specifically you play this in Mimigol and not any other deck. Begin. Famina at the end of the main phase. This is it. We're going to try to pop some of the back row, maybe more than one back row. Let's freaking go. Force him to discard a card. This may be a triple fusion summon. We're going to use all three cards in our hand. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? We're going to target up to 3 cards from either field, either graveyard. Our own graveyard, we target all 3. And we're going to use the Pan to non-target destroy a card in the field. Urgula, non-target destroy a back row card. And Malulu is a permanent negate. Not just for this turn, mate. Permanently negate the Masquerina, probably. I would think so. Negate. Damn. Just like that. We don't even need to destroy her. She's useless. Take out the Impulse. I have another Impulse. I can now set it if I want to. Destroy the Murakumo. We can just reborn it back. And just like that, let's see what we have to... Oh boy, keep on adding everything back. What a turn. We're ready. Well, we're going to make some more plays potentially. Let's reborn out the Murakumo. Murakumo can now activate to destroy the opposing field if we wanted to, which we have not activated yet. We have Little Knight banishing away the Dracotail Flame. All right. Now, do we, in the draw phase, Prayers reborn out Murakumo to ensure that Purification will be able to negate something? Now, Purification negates the effect, not the activation, thus negating the Kitu or the Rahu will be really good here. Does not. No preemptively reborning. We do have Little Knight, a negate, a field wipe, and we have the Impulse negate and force him to discard. About 5 forms of disruptions, the discard being a mini one. Impulse, we have a trap in grave to make it a destroy. Not that it matters because it's a card that's already being sent to the grave. Negate, leave Famina mate. Malulu, activate fusion summon. It does not need to be part of the fusion summon, thus banishing it. Not a big deal if we could still perform the fusion. And just like that, this is where it gets scary. One of our back row cards will be non-target destroyed. Now, we don't care if the Prayers gets destroyed. It's a 33% chance Purification gets destroyed. If we flip up Prayers, you turn it into a 50%. So you just let it destroy, right? But the Gulamel could then chain if we don't chain to it, and the Gulamel is going to inevitably probably be activating anyway to destroy something. So what do? What's the correct play? He's just flipping it up. It's now a 50-50 to hit the Purification. Reborn the Murakumo. It's always the middle. Oh, yeah, it's actually a 100% chance if you just go for the middle all the time. That's it. He knew. Why would the Purification not be set in the middle? People naturally set the best card in the middle. Key 2, force him to discard the Lucius, that is. We will search on resolution, optionally perform our fusion summon. We're going with that option. Secretarion is here to reborn the Lucius you forced me to discard. Arthalion and Gulamel reborn back. Pan is going to non-target destroy the Murakumo. We're cooked. We're done. It's over. The Futsu is going to be destroyed by Pan, actually. Futsu will not be triggering. Nope. Murakumo will come back out after being tributed. Has not been tributed yet, sure. But it already activated to wipe away the fields. Prayers is already hard once per turn activated. That's it. We have a non-effect. We do, yeah, just a non-effect. We do get to search for a follow-up. That's it, yeah. Why even? Don't even bother resolving. It's over. All right, let's hop into game 2. We have Manju, backed up by the Dimensional Shifter. This ensures that they are not able to use Effect Veiler onto the Manju, but the Ash Blossom does not need to go to the graveyard in order to negate. We do have Impulse, we do have Nibiru, and they don't even have a play. So maybe we're thinking the Dimensional Shifter stops them. It absolutely did not. In response, we have Fuelos sending itself to the graveyard here. It could just be discarded even under the effect of Shifter, not an issue. Tributing off the Wuso to summon our Murakumo. The Wuso is going to be adding itself from engraved back, getting rid of the Nibiru in hand as we tribute summon to trigger the Murakumo. A great idea if Dracotail normally doesn't play Bell, which they do. There's a lot of Bell in Dracotail. To battle we go, and now we are reliant on the Impulse. Oh boy. This is an issue. Now we got to play. We have Cartesia being summoned over the Lucius. Activate Cartesia to get negated by the Impulse. No trap in grave, meaning the Cartesia will just activate again during the next turn main phase. Oh boy. This is it. As soon as we do something in the main phase, the Cartesia will be activatable. We're going to Valor, negate the Kusanagi, which the Dimensional Shifter was preventing from even being activatable, because part of the cost is having to send it to the graveyard. And now, on the Resolution, let's fuse it up. Our Thalion, keeping our Cartesia on field, not even fusing with it. Not that you can for an Arthalion, because it is a Dracotail monster plus monster in hand. Normal summon the Neospace Connector. Look at the hand for Ash. That's why you have to Ash this. There were people in the TCG that were playing the Neo Aqua Dolphin. They would even use the, what's it called, Fusion Deployment to summon it just to get Ash out of the hand so they could play Branded Fusion. That's how desperate they were. We have 2 negate and banishes, 2 special summon negates. We're gonna be able to negate a monster or take control. We can negate a monster again with the Braver tool. We can negate any spell. We can take control of a monster with the Spirit Walk or use it as an equip card. Lots of disruption. Lucius, we're going to negate or we're gonna Grief Tablet. Negate, just like that, mate. Negate. And Magnum Hut is like, oh, what am I gonna do? All right, we're in the battle phase, now what? Let's hop to game 2. Huh? The heck? Okay, Sephric still pass. Emergency teleport, Ash negate. Well, this is not a hard once per turn. I think it's too old to be a hard once per turn. They didn't really have hard once per turn back in that day. It's like a 20-year-old card. Let's summon the Punk Seaman. Now, with our Punk Seaman, we're just going to Moonlit Chill it right away. It does have to activate in response to the special summon. So we do have a way to re-summon out the Punk Seaman. It will be activatable. The Invoker, though, is all about enabling Isold. We had our 2 warriors, but now we're going to use the Trap as one of the warriors. Discard the red reboot, summon, further searching for the Argo Star Fierce Parther. What is this? Fierce something? Fierce Parth? Parshath? Parth? Searching for a Neospace Connector. We already committed to our normal summon here. Send for equip card, summon the Ogier. I'm out of here. Get me out. Gearblade is actually quite good when going second. At the end of the damage step, if the equipped monster attacked, you could send this to the graveyard. Then during this entire battle phase, all of your warrior monsters, and additionally the fire monsters that are not warriors, can make a second attack. That is insane. Begin. Gee, if we can get predictions or mod someone who could do it. Key 2, searching for the Malulu. Let's activate the Femina. And I thought you were limited to 1. Limit to 1 in your hand, limit to 1 in my hand. Only 1 out of 10 duels should you see a Maxx. What's going on? The map is not checking out here. I believe we are seeing Maxx more often than 1 in 10 duels from what we've been spectating of duels in a row. Baldrake, banishing away the Malulu before it gets added back to the hand. Master Duel RNG, is that what's going on here? Set the Flame. We're going to permanently negate the Baldrake, which is, a little bit relevant if we are able to get another later Dark Monster on the field to tribute off. And with this, we got our Maxx. Now, we got the Flame negate a spell, return a monster back, banish a card from the grave, and we have Femina Fusion plus the Maxx. So 4 disruptions plus the Maxx. We have the ability to try to horn away the Maliss Dormouse, but we're going to Ghost Spell and negate the horn. Negate. Horn with Dormouse with the spell speed 1, banish from the deck. No other ways to disrupt it. I mean, we did have Femina. We could have tried to Femina it. We didn't care to do so. Is that a big mistake or what? As we now get to make the White Binder. Binder on is not going to on summon. It's just open game state activate to set a trap from the deck. As we're now going to banish away the White Binder. Chain Maxx in response to the TB11 attempting to summon for the deck. Ash, negate, the Maxx. So we initially had Maxx be used against Dracotail, which doesn't really care about Maxx, and now we have the Maxx just get negated by Ash. With the Chessie on field, we need a Maliss in our hand to banish to draw 2. Sting's going to banish away the Baldrake to try and draw a good card. What are we drawing? Not so good. We have the Binder back. It already activated to set a trap from the deck. We're now triggering on someone to banish away the Femina plus our Dormouse. And with that, we have non-target banish a card on the field. What the heck? Maliss going second, clapping it up. We had a lot, was it all, but did we win because of Ghost Spell? Is that how good Ghost Spell is? The Ash had to be used for Maxx, but that Ghost Spell on the Horn, which was supposed to try to deal with the Dormouse, even though he could have chained the trap to banish the Dormouse, then it comes back, and they also wouldn't have drawn a card off of the Horn. Oh boy, that is something. Maliss still very much is immensely powerful. Begin. We are maxing on our own turn because if we're able to summon Arthalion during their turn, which we very much can do so, all we do is add back the Maxx, then activate it right away. That will be the play. I do suspect Femina to do that as soon as possible. Yep, we don't want to leave that Maxx in grave. Now there's another option. Albion. Target the Maxx and the Albaz, give them Maxx, give me Albaz, horn the Maxx back to my hand as I also fuse with your field. Pretty good. TB11, banish away the White Rabbit, Ash, negate. Another card we could recycle back with Arthalion. Or the Albion summon and then return it back a horn. So there's a lot of potential of recycling the Maxx and Ash Blossom back to our hand. On top of that, we have the Gulamel pop, the Albaz fuse, the Flame negate a spell, Sting banish a card from the grave, return a monster back to the hand, fusion summon disruption, negate a monster permanently, destroy a monster non-targeting with the pan. So much disruption. Let's see what we do. Bell, chain link block, and negate. No draw, no return, no destroy with the Gulamel. Now we're gonna Sting, so I can make sure I could use the Gulamel. Again, I'm going to block the Gulamel. Chain link block. I'm going to chain Femina. Do you have a chain link block? No, you don't. Now the Gulamel officially is activatable. In response to our own card to take out the Spell Speed 1 Dormouse. Do not let them enter the open game state with the Dormouse on the field. Now I have Mysterion. This card is insane against Maliss. When a Cyber summons itself or a Cyber summons a Cybers, we banish all Cybers on the field. What? Come on, man. We didn't even get to see the Arthalion add back Maxx and Ash. Dormouse can't Ash. White Rabbit can't Ash. All right, what are we dealing with here? We have the ability to return a monster back from the field or grave back to the hand. We can negate a special summon with the Impulse. We could Bell, we could Droll, we could March Hare, banish away the Cryptor to then Reborn back and non-target banish. About 5 forms of disruption. Lucius, I lost my voice. Take a sip. Impulse, negate the Femina. Negate. We got Key2. Come to us, Urgula. Now, there's a small nuance here. The Firewall Dragon and the Wicked cannot be destroyed by Pan. Indestructible. It's not a crazy deal, but it's worth noting. Arthalion targeting the Pan and Cryptor, so he has to banish right now with the March Hare. Can't wait. Once these triggers are done triggering, now we March Hare, banish the Cryptor, Cryptor Reborn back to non-target banish. And notice how it wasn't urgent to activate the firewall, thanks to the Cyberse Wicked. Cyberse Wicked, protecting it from destruction, no care in the world. Pan right now is going to try to destroy something, tried to destroy the Wicked. You saw that. He tried. Add back the Pan, add back the Ash, Cryptor come back, and Wicked trigger off of the summon of the Marcher. Searching for a follow-up back of Ignister. And now you have the non-target banish ready. White Rabbit, Reborn back, set, and we got double non-target banish. MTP. We're going to turn these two into a Little Knight. Little Knight ready to activate right here, right now. Going to force out the Cryptor because when it gets banished, it's not going to come back. Little Knight further banishing itself, plus the White Rabbit. We're going to MTP, banish the Marcher. Ash is going to negate the MTP. Now, if MTP successfully banished the Little Knight, the White Rabbit would then not get banished. This Ash was recycled. It was public knowledge. We knew about it. Successfully banished. Non-target banish. Away the Dracotail Flame. Goodbye to the Cryptor. Marcher is going to add the Cryptor back into the extra deck. We still have the Firewall. We still have the Ghost Spell. We still have the Droll. Droll's not good here. Gulamel, Arthalion, Malulu. We are not chaining the Gulamel to pop because they're unpoppable. The Malulu is now negating. They were poppable, but the Malulu is on the lower chain link. If you chain the Gulamel, it would try to pop, can't be popped, then it gets negated. So you do want to wait on that. Urgula, add back. Nothing as the Ghost Spell negates, not saving Ghost Spell for a trap. Instead, hopefully denying access to Femina. Firewall can activate to add a monster back to the hand, or you know, even your own hand trap if you wanted to on the attack. That was your final play. Why didn't we activate? What the heck? Okay. Now, at 900 life, what does that mean? Our links cannot activate. So you would think that this would be a good opportunity to maybe banish our own Cryptor, Engrave, or White Binder if we had one. But if we read that, Cryptor pays 900. That's all we have left. Now, the regular Maliss cards are 300. This means we could only banish 2 Maliss monsters. That's our limit. No links. Only 2 Maliss monsters. I'm going to grab the backup Ignister, which requires a Cyberse monster from the extra deck. Little Knight obviously not fulfilling that. Horn is going to return the Achichi back. Little Knight is going to chainlink block the Gulamel. Little Knight is going to be banishing the Dormouse. Sting's going to be further banishing from Engrave to activate the Gulamel. Gulamel is going to be popping on Chain Link 5, take out the Marcher. Wipe it. Sting it. Also returning back our Flame into the deck. Randomly drawing into a Femina. What the heck was that? We can make the Mysterion. And remember, he surrendered to Mysterion. This could change a battle position with Monster. It's kind of a joke. Doesn't do. All right, good. There you go. Now, it's over. Just like that. Well done from, yeah, where's Lingaribo, right? Oh, you know, if, you gotta think about this. If Little Knight is on the field, you can't link summon unless you're linking with the Little Knight itself. So you're not able to make an early Lingaribo, if it's in the extra monster zone, that is. This is it. We can negate a spell, return back a monster, Ash negate, fusion summon, banish in the grave, I would say is a disruption. Urgula, take out the field spell. On their turn 2, I maybe wouldn't say this as a form of disruption. So let's say we have good 5 forms of disruption. Let's see. Sanjin, Millennium, Ash is negating, turning on our triple tactics talent, which the Flame can negate. It will negate. Straight up, mate. You cannot rip the Femina out of my hand. Yes, I can. Because I'm going to Ash the Flame. No, you can't, because I'm going to use the Femina before you can. Very well. I have no hand. You are looking at nothing. We could return back the Magnum Hut to then still be able to banish later in the turn. Just like that. Add our entire hand back. Urgula, take out the Millennium. Let's further search and set up for follow-up plays. Can we brute force lethal this field? Millennium's no good. It's all on the Engraver. Does a single Bestial beat the Fiendsmith engine? Now, do we banish Lurie? At your locals, maybe. Here you can't do so. That would be illegal. Do we banish the Engraver, though? Does that win? Let's find out. Summon the Crimson Tears, send Engraver here. We know he's got a Bestial. Doesn't Magnum Hut. Am I going crazy? He's saving it for a Harp Horror instead? Or he's like, you know what, I got Horn. Horn just tanks the whole play anyway. Not even an issue. I didn't even need to Bestial. Damn. All right. Activate, Ash negate, and we're done. Fulos is now dead, thanks to our Millennium being stuck on the field. Bell and Nibiru. Bell is not going to be so good. Nibiru, also not so good. Brick, bad, and bad. I think we're screwed. I also think we're at 6,000 life because of that Millennium. So they should very easily be able to, with any normal summon, Lucius, a second fusion summon, and it's over. Our third summon, we just end the duel. And at no point is the Ghost Spell even activatable to prevent them from adding bodies to the field. But he didn't keep Lucius on the field, so he's 200 off from lethal. And you turned on his Femina by popping the Millennium. What the heck? All right. We did not need to use the Lucius for the fusion. We could have kept Lucius for game. Here's what I think. This happens to me sometimes. I don't look at their life points. I just always assume they're 8,000, right? And forgetting that they paid for an Anaconda, that they paid for a Millennium, that changes things up. So we gave up lethal. Damn. All right. He's probably like, oh, shoot, he's only at 200? It's okay. It's Orcust, and they're just going to brick, I guess. Okay. Valiant effort. Well done. Let's hop in another one. We didn't even get to see Gulamel, Urgula, or Flame negate or pop the field spell. Not needed. Minus cross plus didn't work out. Nope. That maybe should be a Manju. Imperm. Negate. The Lucius. And with that negate, we do have Ash for the Branded Fusion. And then we have our turn ending. This is why summoning Cartesia or Malulu is usually better than a Lucius. The Malulu or Cartesia will be activatable again during their turn to make big plays. We just have Valor. That's it. But we're brick. We can't blame Cross being banned for this, because Cross itself is also a brick. So if this were to be Cross instead, it would be the exact same scenario. Let's just speed this up. Please, Gara, put him out of his misery. What is going on here? Rahu, Ash, negate you. Frixel, reborn the Lucius, add back the Frixel. Let's search for a Pan. Not enough for lethal. And Dracotail is so pathetic for continually not being able to end duels. Little Knight, get that Imperm out. And finally, you have a third time. You have 3 opportunities to unbrick. 1 card, 1 opportunity against a Little Knight, a Valor, a Femina, a Pan. Now there's 4 disruptions for your 1 play. You got it. You finally got it. But as I said, we have now 4 disruptions. Murakumo, activate, to destroy the Little Knights. Saji search, Kusanagi add the Mitsurugi ritual. Little Knight says, I don't think so. Magatama says, I don't think so to your I don't think so. I'm going to destroy your Little Knight by tributing off the Murakumo, which will now be reborning itself back onto the field. Add back the ritual. Murakumo reborn back as the Saji searches for the prayers. Come forth. No bell. Where's the bell? No ash. And now, we have the Habakiri, some for the deck, Aramasa, tributed off. It's like, are you sure you're a Raziel deck? Where is your Raziel bridge? Are we bridging our way or what? You don't play the Dragluxion. Habakiri, trigger, grab the Purification. You really don't look like Raziel, though. Are you sure you're Raziel? Where's your Duo Drive? Why do you have Detonator and no Duo Drive? Is this... You just didn't know what to put for your 15th card, so you're not actually a Raziel deck? Do you have Raziel? Like, you know, Detonator's not a regular rank 4. You can't just put two bodies together. It's two Raziels to make it. No Duo Drive in your extra deck. I'm so confused. What is this? Because of no Raziel Cross, you're just teching in a Raziel Detonator with minimal Raziels? Arthalion, return back. Pan, non-target destroy a monster. Frixel, set from the deck. Arthalion, reborn back. Valor, negate the Futsu. He's using them for what do you mean extravagance? They're just extra spots. There's no plan to actually summon them. Grillo has surrendered to the Xbox. Achievement achieved. Negate. Now, will you let me chain Magatama? Quick play, tributes, then I could target a face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. I'll just pass on that. I'll just tribute, right? Do you think Timmy would let me do that? Negate. Pass. Oh my gosh. Maxx, we're retaining main phase 1. We possibly still have a play. Many one-card combos we could draw into. Surely, right? Arthalion, Bonfire. We already used up our normal summon. Bonfire is going to be going into our... We do play Raziel. This is confirmation. I didn't believe it. It's time to believe it. Return back Femina and Valor for your Raziel play. Special summon Ice. Barrel Imps gets negated by Valor. Okay. That's it. Alrighty. Damn. I think that's the end for you. Murakumo is dead. Magatama does absolutely nothing. It could ritual summon a Mitsurugi ritual from your hand. You have the tributes. Monsters you control. Can't even use your hand. Damn. You just got unlucky. Drew really poorly, unfortunately. Some Xbox exploit, I'm sure, was involved. Let's hop on another. Hard open up Maxx. Pre-prep. Grab the mirror and the Habakiri. Any card sent from the deck or hand to the graveyard will be banished instead. Now, Malulu on field is how you counter the untargetable Herald of Arclight, thus also getting around the being banished aspect of the Arclight, but it is inherently an Omni-Negate on top of the Floodgate. We also have the Masquerena, which will be double banishing. Can force us to discard the Murakumo, plus wipe away our field, plus negate anything with the Purification. We have the Yummy Surprise and the Elf, which will enable the Yummy plays, which will be able to flip 2 cards face down, pop a monster on the field, probably not being able to destroy. And, you know, we got about 9 disruptions. Let's go. Malulu, force you to discard. That's fine. We could discard the Flame. Use it up. Gulamel. Malulu will non-target negate the Herald of Arclight. Elf is going to reborn in case it would get negated itself. Also, Chainlink block the Gulamel. What we're choosing to negate is going to be, it's got to be the Heralds. Wow, we're going to battle over the Heralds, but they can wipe away our fields. We didn't really think that battle could definitively take out the Herald of Arclight that's floodgating us, did we? Oops. All our cards are getting banished. No Urgula trigger. No Lucius trigger. Can't Arthalion target the Herald of Arclight? If we negated Herald, could we have won? No. No, we lost any. There's no way. There's no way that was even a chance to win. It didn't really matter. Begin. Let's start off with our Lucius searching for the Urgula. Femina activating. We may as well try to 1-for-1 our Fool losses. We don't even let them 1-for-1. Well, actually, we will still resolve at least our second copy of the Fool loss. Further going into Arthalion. What's crazy is Dracotail doesn't even play a card like Call by the Grave. So my point is, if they did play Called Bind, they don't really care about Fool loss. They don't negate your first Fool loss even if they could, because they may as well save it for something better. And then you chain a second Fool loss, then they go for it. You lose both Fuas with that one finger. Let's add back the Ash, which is why we were freely willing to use it since it's easily recyclable. Rahu, come forth, Gulamel, giving them another draw so we could double trigger. Now, what's the trade? You draw one, I gain 3 more disruptions. And those 3 disruptions could also potentially be up to 6 disruptions if those 3 draws give me 3 more new hand traps. Could be a Veiler, Nibiru, maybe a Pan or a Malulu to use with the Femina. Now, Droplet, why this is seeing some prevalent use is it's pretty good against the Flame. They want to negate your key spell, you send the spell to the grave, you dodge it. We have Marshmallow initiating our plays, going into Snatchy. This is the way. Play from the deck the Minion. We're going to use Horn to return this back. Gulamel is also going to pop away the field spell. Damn. So Yummy's got to do this convoluted Herald of Arclight floodgate, make it untargetable, and then we obviously can't even do that if we're under a Maxi or Fool loss. And then this is all Dracotail has to do to counter Yummy. Saji, come to me. We have Bell and Nibiru. This should be quite interesting. Now, we saw a Yummy player scoop after summoning Camellia. Why was that? Did they run out of time? Did a microwave get turned on? There's a restriction here. You have to have 3 or less spells in the grave to even activate to send a Sky Striker card, and that's where a lot of people make a mistake with this potentially. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 3, so we don't have that issue. And the Hornet Drones is already in grave, which is what you want to have in grave. There we go, add back. Let's make sure we speed this up. Bakiri, summon, Kusanagi, recycle back the mirror. Yeah, Bell will just be for our own turn. Bell could also potentially be used on a Prayers, trying to reborn back the Murakumo. The issue with that, though, oh, we got Bell. Negate the Samsara, recycling the Herald of Arclight. I don't want him, I mean, this was a direct Herald of Arclight summon. You return the Herald of Arclight to summon Sorrowcat, and with the token and the Sorrowcat, you make the Herald of Arclight. Not today. Keep it in grave. So now that we have definitively dealt with the Herald of Arclight, so you could say that this becomes an unnecessary choke point for Yummy, where you give because Bell is being played in this meta, where normally it's not being played in TCG, you have that choke point of them trying to recycle the Herald of Arclight, and then you lose that counter to Dracotail, and could be a reason why, hey, this is why I like pure Yummy instead. I don't have this random choke point with Bell on trying to recycle my Herald of Arclight when I bridge on over to Mitsurugi. Also, you can't play Purge in Mitsurugi. Purge is great against the traps that try to do stuff to you and you deny their draw and all that good stuff. Now, the Purification to negate our Branded Fusion or Key 2. We do have Ash, which is not going to be really too helpful. We're pretty screwed here. They also have Ash. They have Purification. They have lots of disruption, but they only need the Purification and Ash. They could flip cards face down. They could pop a monster. They could wipe away the field. They could force them to discard a card. Oh boy. Didn't need Herald to win. Whoever went first won. Wow. Thank you, YouTube, for watching the top 16. In the next video, we'll be advancing with Yummy Mimigol in the top 8. Plus, we have Yugi Ballsack on top of that. Get ready for Ripplebird. I'll see you there. Let's go.